So we're talking about content rating systems today. Um, I just was getting into it and I realized I should start the recording. So content rating systems, if you click this link, it'll bring you to some info from Google about content rating systems, what they're used for, why we do the questionnaire, and how they're used. Obviously, it's like in the UK and Switzerland and Brazil, different countries have different content ratings for different age groups. And based on the material in your app, if there's violence or if it's a video game with guns, they have different age group ratings that they need to legally disclaim to the people that are downloading or buying your app. So we need to do content ratings for our applications. And it's the same thing for Apple or Google. You need to complete that rating. And that's actually one of the course learning outcomes for this course. And today we're going to get some practice doing a mock content rating, which you guys can get marks for. There's a link here as well for a tutorial on deploying for your Apple app and doing a content rating there. So if you click here, there's a really good walkthrough on how to actually get started creating and signing your app on iOS and then signing it in Xcode and beginning the project in App Store Connect. Now, I did want to show you guys in App Store Connect. I don't actually have access through the Apple University account to add a new app. I can add users, but I can't actually add an app. So there should be a button usually here beside the people that says apps, and then you can create a new app and sign it and everything like that. For you guys who are doing the iOS deployment and you guys have your own Apple developer accounts, then you guys should be able to do that because I think only an account holder or an admin can sign the tax release forms and then begin to make an app on the App Store Connect. So there's the tutorial for that there, but I actually can't show you guys a walkthrough because I don't have that account through Georgian. This video here also is a great walkthrough from past lecture. I wasn't teaching it at the time, but Rob Cattle was going through it, and I thought I would just upload it if you guys want to watch the video. It's two tutorials. The students actually of his walk him through and do a demo of how to do a content rating system on Google and a content rating system on Apple. So it's a 40-minute video and you want to skip through and just see how they do it, just to get an idea of everything you need just to be ready for it. That is there as well. Cool. So then what I want to show you guys actually, if you guys have purchased your developer's license for Google, is this, the developer account. I think it's $25 for a lifetime purchase. So I do have this. So I can show you on Google what the content rating questionnaire looks like, just to give you guys an example today of what I'm talking about. Oh, sheesh. And before I get into it, I believe there's a PowerPoint I want to go through with you guys just to explain a bit of what a content rating system is. I think you guys pretty much understand most of it, but let's see here, week 6. And I'll upload this PowerPoint. There we go. It's just a quick one, a couple points. I think you can find most of this information on the Apple developer website as well. Okay, so must-haves for the perfect landing page. So landing page is kind of like the landing page for your actual app. And these are the things that you'll need to start thinking about as you deploy your app onto the App Store. You'll have a landing page, as well as if you're doing it on your own website, you're going to have a landing page there as well. A brief description, a headline, at least one supporting image or short video. So you have the option to upload those to the App Store on your landing page. Proof of testimonials and logos, that's optional, but always good to have. A call to action, so that's usually a button saying like download now or buy now, purchase. And then you want to keep everything simple and clear. You want to just make it about the app and what you want the visitor to do. You want them to download it, right? Focus on the value and be consistent in your landing page. So just a couple tips there for while we're preparing to make our landing page, keep those in mind. So ratings, this is what I was talking about with the content rating questionnaire. You may have seen some of these. Is this kind of what it looks like for you guys? Have you guys seen these symbols before? Do you recognize them? Show a thumbs up, thumbs down. When you guys play video games on your PS4 or Xbox or something like that, or even on the computer now, usually before you get into it. Yeah, okay, cool. There's some thumbs up. Nice. You'll see this little rating here. And obviously it's different depending on what content it is in it. So at the very bottom, we see there's adults only, which is this A and the O for adults only. Content is suitable only for adults 18 and up. So there's, violence, graphic sexual content, gambling with real currency, those kinds of things. As we work our way down to teen, it's suitable for ages 13 and up. There's some violence, suggestive themes, crude humor, minimal blood, things like that. And then as we work our way all the way down, content's generally suitable for all ages. So if it's just an app for, chores managing, or a voting app might actually be 18 and up because only adults should be able to vote, right? So it just depends what your app is about, what your rating will be. So to receive a rating for your app, you have to fill out a questionnaire on the Play console, which I'll show you guys a demo now, and then I'll get you guys to do it for your lab today this week. And you'll get a content rating from multiple rating authorities. So for all across the world, they'll give you your ratings, which is actually really nice. And that rating is assigned to your app displayed on the Google Play, and it's determined by the responses you give to the questionnaire. It's a pretty simple questionnaire, and they're not meant to reflect the intended audience, just it's to help consumers, especially parents, identify those potentially objectionable content within the app. Cool. So we can read through some of these if you want. The App Store has grown into an exciting and vibrant ecosystem for millions of developers, and there's billions of users. So whether or not you're a first-time developer or you're very experienced, they're excited to get you through the review process quickly. So that's what's on the Apple. This is what's on the Apple website when you go to their content rating system. So the Apple App Store looks for objectionable content, and that basically is defined as offensive, insensitive, upsetting, intended to discuss, exceptionally poor taste, or plain creepy examples of content. So all of these things include objectionable content, and this won't get your app to be passed on the App Store, and they think the App Store won't be the right place for your app. So if you just go through these and make sure your app doesn't have them, then when you go through the review phase of the Apple App Store, you'll have a good chance of actually getting it through. So I'm not going to read every single word here, but obviously anything that targets an individual group, political satirists, or political groups, targeted groups, if it's humiliating or intimidating people, against religion, race, sexual orientation, gender, then they're not going to accept any of that discrimination. Realistic portrayals of people or animals being killed, okay? They don't want that on their app store. Depictions that encourage illegal or reckless use of weapons or dangerous objects, so firearms or ammunition. Obviously, sexual or pornographic material, and then inflammatory religious commentary or false information, such as a fake location tracker, or something that allows you to do prank phone calls will be rejected. So all of those options there are classified as objectionable content. Pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? I would say it's pretty self-explanatory, like the stuff here. You don't have to worry about it for you guys, the apps that you guys are making. None of it has any of this stuff. So I think it's pretty obvious the stuff we have to avoid. Cool. So what I'm going to get you guys to do is to do the mock content rating form on Blackboard, and I'll show you where that is. And then there's that video posted to week 6. And I'll upload this PowerPoint too if you want it. But here I'm on my Google Play console, and you can see the apps that I've uploaded to the App Store, and I've got an app that was rejected here. It was just a calculator app, and it was probably just rejected because there's so many calculator apps. I haven't actually tried to get that one on there too much, but let's take a look at, have I done the content rating system for this? I have, okay. We'll go back to my dashboard. Okay, so I'm just going to create an app in the top right up here. And what that'll allow me to do is just start completely fresh. So say you have an APK file on your computer that you've finished completely. You still have to do create app on the Google Play console because this is how you actually apply it for it to get approved on the Play Store. So you give your app a name. This will just be testing in class, okay? Because I don't actually have an app. And you can say, is it an app or is it a game? So we'll just say this is an app and it's free. You can change if it's free or paid later once you've published. Um, they just want to know right away if it's free or paid. And then you have to say this, I confirm this meets the developer program policies, which you can read there. And then US export laws, because the Google Play Store hosts everything in the US. So we create the app, and what that does is it creates a reference or a placeholder object for our APK file to be uploaded to in the cloud, which will then get approved in the Google Play Store. And what they kind of lay out here really nicely is all of these options. So if we want to start testing now, if we want to set up our app, if we want to release our app, which we'll talk more about in the second half of the semester with release management strategy, there's all of those options, and then pre-launch reports and statistics. We can get analytics and everything. So let's just start up at the top here. Is what this does is it kind of creates like a folder, if you think about it, that contains everything about our app that will be on the Google Play Store. So it's going to be, all the images for your landing page, the videos, the screenshots, the description of your app, everything you'll upload to this sort of, you could imagine it like a Google Drive folder, but it's actually on the Google Play Store. And we have to do a content rating questionnaire to fill out to get our rating. And we also will have to, if you wanted to set up beta users or like an alpha test with a certain amount of, internal testers so that the app's not released yet, you can do that too. So to set up our app, we'll skip the testing for now because I don't have any release APKs to roll out. If we look in here, we can see all of this content that we have to complete before our app will be presented on Google Play. So there's this app access, the content rating questionnaire, which is what we're going to talk about today, who your target audience is. If it's a news app, you have to obviously comply with a lot of different regulations with all of this stuff about fake news lately. COVID-19 contact tracing and status apps, they have their own section for that. And then setting up your store listing is where you upload all your images. And then selecting the app category and contact details as a developer for users to get a hold of the developer. So let's click the content rating system, selection here, and we'll go through the content rating together, and then I'll show you guys the mock content rating that I created for you based off of this. So the IARC is kind of the rating commission. They're the ones who give out these ratings, and it'll give our official content ratings for our app across the world in different countries that we want to launch our app. So if I hit start questionnaire here, it's pretty simple, it's straightforward, and you just answer the questions honestly to get a rating that is compliant with your app's content. So first off, you give your address. We'll just do that one. And this is used to contact you about your content ratings, and it may be shared with rating authorities at the IARC. Then we just select a category for our app. So if you're news or education, if you're social networking, if you're a game, if you're entertainment. So let's do this as if, I don't know, let's do this as if we are, say, the chores manager for one of the groups. So what would that be? Consumer stores, utility, productivity, communication, or other. It's a utility tool. We could say it's a utility tool. You could read through some of these other examples. Social networking is obviously like Facebook or Reddit. This app is selling physical goods or curating a collection of physical goods or services. It could be services. Netflix, eBay. So it could kind of fall under that one as well. For now, we'll just say it's a utility. All right. So then we hit next, and then here's the actual content rating questionnaire. Does the app contain violent material? No. Does the app contain sexual material or nudity? No. Does the app contain any potential offensive language? No. Does the app contain references or depictions of illegal drugs? No. Does the app focus on promoting items or activities that are typically age restricted, such as cigarettes, alcohol, firearms, or gambling? No. And then miscellaneous questions here at the bottom. Does the app natively allow users to interact or exchange content with each other through voice communication, text, or sharing images or audio? There may be some communication with text there because you're able to hire a user outside and then you can hire, a cleaner to come into your house. Does the app share the user's current physical location with other users? I guess it would in order for them to come to your house. Does the app allow users to purchase digital goods? No. Does the app contain any swastikas or Nazi symbols? Nope. And then is the app a web browser or a search engine? No. So some pretty interesting questions there. So we can hit save. And once we've saved our questionnaire, we can hit next. All right, and then check this out. We get our content rating, just like that. This is the summary. We're done. In Brazil, we're rated L for all ages. In North America, we have E for everyone. Europe is 3, so it's ages 3 and above. And Germany is 0, which is all ages. And the rest of the world is our IARC generic symbol rated for ages 3 plus. So pretty cool. So Russia and South Korea, we got rated 3 plus. So you can submit this here, and then this will actually be what shows these symbols on your Play Store when you upload your app. So that's the content rating. Very simple. I'm going to get you guys to go through, if you click, I think there's a link. No, there's no link. If you go to assignments and tests and labs, I'm going to walk you guys through, and then I'm going to get you guys to do a mock content rating form. So I'll just pause this recording, and I'll start a new one when I do the walkthrough for that.